Game on TNT inside the NBA, presented by Kia. The Anthony Davis situation, obviously a hot topic around these parts and around the league lately. He stopped by the Game Time set earlier at practice and spoke with Casey and the fellas.
I think being honest helps everybody. And, I wanted to give management, more than enough time to, do what they had to do to make the best decision for them. I didn't want to spring it on them, and now you have a couple months to figure something out. New Orleans always respected me, and I felt like I should do the same for them. And, like I said, my family's been great through all of this, just by my side, and that's the only opinion that matters to me. Everybody else say what they want to say, and you hear get booed in the arena and stuff. And my dad's just courtside, and I just look at him. He's like, "We one of those." I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Go out there and play basketball. So it's been different for me, but it's something that I'm growing to learn, and it's just going to do nothing but bring experience to me.
AD, I want to ask you this just because we couldn't hear. We've been on the air, everything that you had said in your media avail, but somebody had told me that you had mentioned maybe the Celtics being on that list. I just wanted to clarify. Is that on the list or are they not on the list?
All 29 of the teams are on my list.
Everyone's on the list.
I don't have a preferred destination. Like I said, I just want to win. They ask me big market, small market. I don't care. I want to win. And obviously whatever team, I get traded to, play for it that year or whatever. If I get traded, I'm not sure, but just make the best of it, and then when free agency comes, see what happens. I can't tell the future, but all 29 teams are on the list.
So just to follow real quick, so people who had reported it's the Lakers and then it's the Knicks.
I never gave a destination.
The man whose voice it is, Anthony Davis,
gave a destination where he wants to play.
Okay.
Well, there you have it. Anthony Davis refuted the notion that he had a specific list of teams to which he would like to be traded. He earlier told reporters that he never told anybody that the Celtics were not on the list, which was also previously reported. Have we reached any sort of clarity here at all in the situation? I feel like we're right back where we started.
The only small clarity I have is I think it was his dad that said, we don't want him to go to Boston, so we kind of got that one right. I'm happy. I think you talked about it earlier that he's standing up now and expressing himself so we have a better understanding what he's going through and why he doesn't want to be there anymore. And now he's ready to tell us, Grant, that it's open to 29 other teams. I'm going to stick with that to your question, Matt. I'm going to stick with that now because that's what he's told us lately. Now, 25 games left. I don't think he's going to – that's just call it what it is. I don't think he's going to play after the All-Star break. I don't know how much he will play. And this summer,
I think he's going to play.
Right.
I think the league is going to –
now, but Alvin Gentry's already showed us he's not playing more than 20 minutes, 21 minutes,
things
of that nature.
Yeah,
so it's when you watch it and they're down by 10, there's 5 minutes left, you're like, he's not coming back in the game.
Right.
So that's just going to be the way it is the last 20-some games.
Well, and realistically, the caveat to that all 29 teams being in play is that a bunch of those teams wouldn't fit the criteria for teams with which he would want to re-sign.
Right.
So they wouldn't be making the deal in the first place. Realistically, you're talking about a handful at best.
You are talking about a handful. And I do think, though, you may see, depending upon how things play out this year in the playoffs, some new teams emerge. Teams that maybe are closer to winning than others, or closer to winning than the New Orleans Pelicans, who, for whatever reason, flamed out in the playoffs, have an opportunity to acquire him. I think of OKC with in a few years ago with Paul George. Going into his last year, everyone thought he would go to the Lakers or go to L.A. He's from Los Angeles.
Right.
He goes there. There's a great culture. He falls in love there. He feels comfortable, stays. I think about Toronto last summer. Kawhi Leonard. And we'll see what happens with him. So, it could happen where there may be another team that emerges in all this. But, Dennis made some great points, and I think it really just speaks to the bigger picture in that, look, we've been around the NBA for forever. And this happens where agents will talk to teams about wanting to be traded. But the fact that it became public and that now everybody's knowing everything, it just makes it awkward. I think it's indicative of the times that we're in where, discussions between teams become public and there's all this sort of talk, and now it becomes a huge distraction for a player like AD.
The difference this time, rather than in previous instances when that information leaks, is that the agent went on the record with it.
Exactly.
And paid the $50,000 fine as well. Back with more from Charlotte is All-Star Saturday, the NBA in conjunction with FIBA, basketball's international governing body, announced a plan to launch the Basketball Africa League. The BAL is on track to begin play in January of 2020 with 12 teams from around the continent. It is the first time, guys, the NBA has started a league outside of North America.
I love it. I love it. With all the international players we've seen come in our game the last few years, we see what Luka Doncic is doing this year, Dirk on down the line. So the fact that our league, the minds want to help out and put something together, and I wouldn't be surprised, Matt, some older players late in their career want some change, a team not picking them up, why not go over and maybe extend your career and play a couple extra games, a couple extra years, excuse me.
Yeah, and Dennis, I think it speaks overall to the globalization of the sport and the game. And, you think, and we've, certainly during the time that we played and been retired, the growth of the game in China. And that comes to mind and how they're starving for NBA content players, so on and so forth. Well, the next frontier is Africa. I even think India is a possibility. I've been over to Johannesburg to NBA Africa, Amadou Fall, who runs NBA Africa, and so there's the same sort of excitement there on the continent. And so to start a league, to sort of really give a presence to the NBA there, and to celebrate the players and really help promote and grow the game is pretty awesome.
Already an NBA academy in Senegal, and obviously lots of NBA players born in Africa, including All-Star starter Joel Embiid, just to mention one. At the buzzer, tomorrow is not only the All-Star game here in Charlotte, it just so happens to be the Hornets owner's birthday, which is of some note because the owner happens to be Michael Jordan, who turns 56 here on Sunday.
That guy, his Aaron, is with all the branding we see in our game, I think all the young guys understand he's the one that helped start that.
Yeah, we just got to thank this guy for all he's done for the game. He helped grow it, and he's still continuing to do it by hosting a great All-Star weekend.
And you've heard Adam Silver talk about him pushing to get the All-Star game back here in Charlotte. That's a pretty nice birthday gift for